The divine reality that we possess that distinguishes us from the animals is the human spirit, which the scientific philosophers called it the rational soul. And Abdu'l-Baha designated human spirit and rational soul as meant the same thing. What is a human spirit or rational soul? According to Abdu'l-Baha, it is a one indivisible substance. The scientific philosophers demonstrate it as a simple element. Simple here meaning not composed. It's not a composition of elements. Our body is a composition of elements. Our spirit or soul is not a composition of elements. Since our body is a composition of elements, it is necessary for it to decompose. Decomposition is an essential necessity of composition. An essential necessity of a thing cannot be separated from the main thing itself. For instance, the essential necessity of fire is to burn and heat. You cannot separate burning and heat from fire because they are its essential necessities. The essential necessity of water is humidity and fluidity. You cannot separate humidity and fluidity from water because they are its essential necessities. The essential necessity of vapor is to ascend. You cannot separate ascending from vapor because it is its essential necessities. So decomposition is an essential necessity of composition. And you cannot separate decomposition from composition because it is its essential necessity. So our body is a composition of elements, and it's necessary for it to decompose because decomposition is its essential necessity. But our spirit or soul is not a composition of elements, and it's not necessary for it to decompose. Therefore, it lives on after the decomposition of the physical body. What's the relationship of our spirit or soul to our body? According to Abdu'l-Baha, the spirit or soul does not descend into the body, does not enter into the body. It's not in the body. It's not part of the body, but it is connected with the body, like the connection or reflection of the image of an object in a mirror. Let's say my hand is a mirror, and let's say it is the body, and I use my face as the soul. If I look into this mirror, I can see the soul in the body. And if I break up this mirror into pieces, the soul or the spirit I saw in this body, in this case my face, is not affected by its decomposition. Why? Because the soul or the spirit is not in the body. It's not part of the body. Its only connection is like the reflection of the image of an object in a mirror. Why? Because the soul or the spirit is not a composition of elements. It's not necessary for it to decompose. Therefore, it lives on after the decomposition of the physical body. So, when does our souls begin? There is a theory that does exist in the world today, that there is a pool of souls or world of souls somewhere, and God pluck out our souls from this pool of souls or world of souls to enter this world. That is not so according to the description of Abdu'l-Baha. Abdu'l-Baha said that the human soul is phenomenal. Phenomenal here meaning at its birth. It has a beginning, but once it comes into existence, it has no end. Phenomenal is the opposite of pre-existence. If our souls did exist in a pool of souls or world of souls somewhere before we come to this world, then we are not phenomenal, but we are pre-existence. Then we are like the manifestations of God, eternal in the past, eternal in the future. We are not eternal in the past. We have a beginning, but once we come into existence, we are eternal in the future. When does our souls begin? According to Abdu'l-Baha, it begins at the time of conception. In a letter from Shoghi Effendi, the guardian of the Baha'i faith, to an individual, He said the human soul begins at the time of conception of the physical body. I'll use myself here to demonstrate the point. I am 67 years young, born on the 9th of December, 1956. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I was a full-term baby of 9 months. Then I would have been conceived on the 9th of March, 1956. My soul was only created then by God on that date. Before that date, a soul by the name of Ta'u Pesa Palitasala Tumanuvao was an absolutely non-existence. My soul was only created by God on the 9th of March, 1956, at the time of the conception of my physical body. Now concerning pre-existence, which is said by Abdu'l-Baha to be of two kinds, essential pre-existence and phenomenal pre-existence. Essential pre-existence are the pre-existence that are not preceded by causes. Phenomenal pre-existence are the pre-existence that are preceded by causes. For the existence of everything depends upon four causes: the efficient cause, the matter, the form, and the final cause. For instance, a chair obviously have an efficient cause, which we call the carpenter, furniture maker. The substance is wood and steel. The form is that of a chair. And the final cause is the purpose why it was created, is to be used by us to sit on it. So this chair here is really phenomenal, for its existence depends upon causes. Our existence is phenomenal, for our existence depends upon causes. Our efficient cause is the Creator. And the substance are flesh, blood, and bones. The form is that of a human being. And the final cause is the purpose why we were created, is to know God and to worship Him. Now concerning proceeding or coming forth from God, which is said by Abdu'l-Baha to be of two kinds. Proceeding or coming forth through emanation, and proceeding and coming forth through manifestation. Proceeding and coming forth through emanation is like the appearance of the painting from the painter, the appearance of the discourse from the speaker, the appearance of the writings from the writers, and the appearance of the action from the actor. Proceeding or coming forth through manifestations like the appearance of the tree from the seed of the tree, or the flower from the seed of the flower. We could say that the leaves, the branches, and the fruits of the trees manifest the seed of the tree. Our proceeding or coming forth from God is through emanation, not manifestation. We are like the painting, emanate from God, the painter. We are like the discourse, emanate from God, the speaker. We are like the action, emanate from God, the actor. We are like the writings, emanate from God, the writer. We do not manifest God. Now concerning our inner powers and outer powers, which is said by Abdu'l-Baha that we have 5 inner powers and 5 outer powers. The 5 outer powers are the powers of the senses, which we shared with the animals. These are sight, hearing, taste, smell, and feelings, which is present in all parts of the body. The 5 inner powers are the powers of imagination, the power of thought, the power of comprehension, and the power of memory, and a power that connects the outer powers to the inner powers, which is termed the common faculty. For example, sight is one of the outer powers that see an object, connect to the common faculty, in its turn convey it to the power of imagination. And after imagination, imagine the object, then confer it to the power of thought. And after thought, think of the object, its size and shape, then convey it to the power of comprehension. And after comprehension, comprehend the object, then transfer it to the power of memory, which store it in its repositories, what was imagined, thought, and comprehended. All these are new teachings revealed by Baha'u'llah, never before brought to humanity in the past. And the reason is because we had not the capacity to understand them. And this is witnessed by a statement of Christ to his apostles, which I'm going to paraphrase. He said, I have many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. But when the Spirit of truth comes, he will reveal unto you all truth. That Spirit of truth has come. That is His Holiness Baha'u'llah. He revealed all the truth of any teaching, of anything and of everything. Hence, our encouragement to you to submerge yourself in the ocean of Baha'u'llah's teachings. It lies in its depths, pearls of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you, and I wish you well. Whaftai lava, manuela whafongfo maisa mo soifua.